Namaste, this is Michael Rosenkrantz welcoming you to Inspirations. I've lived in Nepal since June of 2012. I'm a livelihood advisor, a volunteer at both Community Self-Reliance Center and VSO. Csrc is working from the ground level for land and agrarian reform throughout the country. Community Self-Reliance Center is an organization that I'm intimately familiar with, as I've been a VSO volunteer at Csrc since July of 2012. This 20-year-old Nepali NGO works in the area of land and agrarian reform throughout 53 districts. Csrc prides itself in working from the ground up through its more than 2,600 village land rights forums, district land rights forum, and national land rights forum in Csrc. The organization focuses on women and land rights, preventing evictions, tenancy rights, policy-level land reform implementation, abolishment of such systems as Harua Charawa, using fallow land, and livelihoods development. Although the accomplishments have been many, there's still a long road ahead in fully implementing land and agrarian reform in Nepal. In the next segment, I'll be interviewing the director of Csrc, Csrc, who will tell us more about the organization and what he hopes to accomplish. Namaste, Jagat. Welcome to Inspirations.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. Let's start off our interview by you telling me a little bit about your personal background and how you came to start Csrc.
I'm a son of small farmers. I'm grew in a rural area, although it is close to the Kathmandu. It's not like the educated community. It's like the it's a rural communities. I grew there. And then I just, when I passed my SLC, then I had started to teach the primary schools. And then also the adult literacy class, it's an evening class. After that, we had one issue there. It's a gold trafficking. It's one of the issues in Sindhupal is gold trafficking.
Which district was this?
It's a Sindhupal Chok. And I'm from the area called Helambu, and it was recognized as a gold trafficking area. And then there was also the issue of the HIV/AIDS. So we started some awareness campaigning on the gold trafficking and gold educations. And after that, we had a discussion with the community peoples, and then they shared that the issue of the economic issue. Poor peoples, they were tilling the land, but they didn't have a land certificate, and the landlords, they started to evict them, and they talked with us that we have to work on this issue, so that the organization is from not only our interests, it's formed by the interests of the rural peoples.
Csrc finds it very important to work from the ground up. Can you tell our audience a little bit about how Csrc is organized from the village land rights forums all the way up?
We are applying, it's a different model of NGOs in Nepal. Many NGOs, they are implementing their program as a project. But our mission is a little different, that committed to the people's leadership. So that we would like to say it's a Csrc as a facilitating organizations, not the leading organizations. So that the first point is this. Second point is land is a very political issue. It's not easy to facilitate by one NGO. So we would like to develop their own organizations so that they could fight themselves for them, so that we could contribute in their process as a facilitator. So that we developed the National Land Rights Forum in 2004, and then we developed the Village Land Rights Forum with the grassroots levels, and also District Land Rights Forums. And we support their leadership, capacity building, opinion building, and also and support for the claiming the land rights. As a result, they are in the forefront, and then we are in the back. So it has given some sort of empowering process. To them, so that they are recognized as a strong people's organizations in Nepal, and then the strong land rights movements in Nepal.
And CSRC does a lot of training of local land right activists, right?
Yes.
I mean, how do you do that? And CSRC works with Dalits, Janjati, Harawa Charawa. I mean, how do you identify people and how do you train them?
There are two important parts are there. One is the context analysis. That means we do what is the context? Who is controlling the land and who are landless. It's a history of land. But we don't impose that we do have this program and you have to implement this thing. But we first do the context mapping, power analysis, and then we identify the peoples who are actually the landless tenant farmers and depend on their livelihood in agriculture. And then second part is basically we are developing them as a change agent from their side, so that we don't impose our model from the top, but we build the model from the ground. That means what are the issues, and then who are the really deprived peoples, and they themselves develop as a leader, facilitator, and also the change agents. So this is the model.
One of the major campaigns that CSRC has been involved with concerns women and land rights. Why is that so important?
If you see the context of Nepal, it's why women are controlled by the men. It's why there is a domestic violence. Why every day we find we are reading the papers like the rape and other cases, and also the insecurity of the women. So in the case of rural women, it's a land. If women have a land ownership, they can bargain their husband. It's an economic empowerment. In the case of Nepal, land is it's a dignity, land is the property, land is the power, land is the means of productions, land is the food security, land is the livelihood security, so many things. But if we see, the main food producer are the women, but they are deprived from the land rights. As a result, they are deprived from the whole political process, decision-making process, and then we only talking on the discriminations or gender imbalance, but the main root cause is in the rights of it's a land. So that we have given the priority for this.
And have you seen, major changes? Are the people that CSRC is working with, are there more joint land ownership certificates now?
Yes, we have a campaign in around 50 districts, and it's giving some kinds of the ownership to the women. It's a really historically it's a transferring men to women. It's a transferring property men to women is a very important and significant goal. It's a giving the not only the property, it's a giving the dignity to the women, freedom to the women. It's a security to the women, so that the women are empowered to claim their joint ownership. Also, in some of the places, independent rights. We are giving the choice to the women, but it's a consensusly, not the conflict way among the family members. So that it's some kinds of empowerment and encouragement to the women for their political participations.
Namaste. Community Self-Reliance Center has more than 2,600 village land rights forums. The village land rights forums are the people's movements. That is, the groups that are really driving the land rights campaign in Nepal. Today, I'll be interviewing Dil Dango and Chirimaya Dango, and they live in Lele Laipur and are part of the Talatoli Village Land Rights Forum. Namaste. Namaste. Why did you join the Village Land Rights Forum? What was your motivation?
लालपुर्जा बनाउनु भयो अनि अब दुई जनको लालपुर्जा भएपछि छोरा बारीले हेप्नु पाउँदैन फेरि बुढो र बुढीको झगडा हुँदैन दुवैको बराबर अघि लाग्यो भनेर मलाई राम्रो लाग्यो.
One of the major campaigns which CSRC is involved with is joint land ownership, of which you have your joint land ownership certificate. Now, why is that important to you?
Sangit lalpurza deka lao sunana yebe ya phai mako sunana so ya phai mako nima shi mila jul ga lao bangla lalpurza deka khushi jula bangla ta the lagi chip dana tanya.
Your granddaughter is here. Why is it important for you and your husband to be part of the land rights movement in terms of your granddaughter, and what kind of benefits will she get?
संगीत लालपुर्जा भयो भने यो नातिलाई हैन सबैलाई भलो हुन्छ किनभने हाम्रो बुढो र बुढीको नाउँमा हुन्छ फेरि उसको बाबुहरुले उसको आमाहरुले के गर्नु पाउँदैन हाम्रो सही नभएको न अनि नातिलाई पनि राम्रो भली हुन्छ.
We're in the home now of Manju and Monbir Mijar. They also have been able to get joint land certificates. They're part of the FIDL Village Land Rights Forum. Namaste, Manju. You've had a joint land ownership certificate for 3 years. And why did you and your husband decide to obtain a joint land ownership certificate?
समूहमा बसेको थियौं त्यो भएर अनि अब जानेर गएर बुझेर हैन अनि यसरी बस्नु पर्छ भनेर घरमा आएर मैले श्रीमानसँग सल्लाह गरे त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि अनि एक दुई दिन त अलि गाह्रो नै भयो त्यसपछि बुझ्दै जाँदाखेरि उहाँले बुझ्दै जाँदाखेरि हुन्छ नि त भनेर हामी आइसिडिओ मार्फत गएर त्यसरी संहिता लालपुर्जा गऱ्यौं तर एकदम गाह्रो पनि भयो हैन पहिला पहिला सुरुमा अनि त्यस्तै भयो.
Now, how has life changed for you as a woman, given that you now have a joint land ownership certificate?
अब महिला भएर हैन र लिनु पनि पर्छ सकेसम्म अब खुसीले नसके खोसेर भए पनि लिन हामी सक्नु पर्छ. अब निर्णय भने मतलब जस्तो उहाँले बेच्छु भन्दाखेरि मैले हुँदैन भन्न पर्यो नि पाइन्छ नि त त्यस्तो निर्णय लिन नि सक्छौं. अब कुनै कुरा अब उहाँले गलत गर्दाखेरि हुँदैन त्यसमा भने मैले भन्न सक्छु.
Csrc is the chairperson of the Talatol Village Land Rights Forum. Namaste. How long have you been the chairperson? And during that time, what have you tried to accomplish?
मैले यो 2 वर्षको भित्रमा अब हाम्रो बेनिसा थियो बेनिसाको दर्ता अदालतमा दर्ता गरियो हैन अनि अब बाँकी रहेकोलाई पनि लिएर जानेमा छु अहिले अब जति बाँकी छ उनीहरुलाई खोजेर मैले अब सबै मालपोतमा उतार गर्न लागेको छु.
And how important is it to you personally to have joint land ownership certificates and empower women?
यो संयुक्त लालपुर्जा बनाउनु भनेकै अब एकदम राम्रै कुरा हो किनभने आफूले दुईटै श्रीमान श्रीमतीको लालपुर्जा हुनुमा धेरै राम्रो कुरा हो जसले कि दुई जनामा सहमत भएर लिइन्छ निर्णय गर्नलाई पनि दुई जनाले सकिन्छ जति आफूले श्रीमानले निर्णय गर्छ त्यति श्रीमतीले पनि निर्णय गर्न सकिन्छ त्यसमा जबकि श्रीमानले केही गर्न खोजे पनि श्रीमतीले रोक्न पाउँछ श्रीमतीले केही गर्नलाई पनि श्रीमानले रोक्न पाउँछ दुई जनाकै बराबरमा मिलोमतो भइसकेपछि दुई जनाकै पावर त्यति नै हुन्छ.
Devaki Sunar is an activist with the FIDL Village Land Rights Forum. Namaste.
Namaste.
How long have you been with the Village Land Rights Forum?
3 वर्ष भयो.
3 वर्ष.
अहिले म लागिरहेको चाहिँ 3 वर्ष भयो.
And what is your role? What do you do?
त्यहाँको सवालहरू संगठनहरूमा जाने अनि सवालहरू के छ संगठनमै छलफल गरेर चाहिँ कहाँ जानुपर्ने हो प्रोसेसहरू चाहिँ चाल्ने.
And how you're a young woman, you're college educated. How important is it for women to be activists in Nepal society?
नेपालमा भन्नुपर्दा चाहिँ महिलाहरू चाहिँ एक्टिभिस्ट हुनु चाहिँ राम्रो कुरा हो. उहाँहरूले चाहिँ के जति महिला धेरै लिडर भयो नि त्यति नै देश चाहिँ डेभलप हुँदै जान्छ के. अनि त्यही भएर चाहिँ महिला नेतृत्व हुनु चाहिँ एकदम राम्रो, पावरफुल महिलाहरू हुनु चाहिँ एकदम राम्रो हो.
And how empowered do you feel working on land issues?
पहिलेको दाजुमा चाहिँ धेरै नै सशक्त भएको जस्तो लाग्छ हैन, तर सिक्न पर्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ धेरै छन् अहिले पनि.
What more do you feel the government can do to promote women's empowerment opportunities and also land reform in Nepal?
महिलाहरूको नाममा आएको पैसाहरू चाहिँ महिलाहरूले युज गरेको छ कि छैन भनेर हेर्नु पर्यो. अनि महिलाहरूलाई चाहिँ नेतृत्व विकास हुने ट्रेनिङहरूको आयोजना गर्नु पर्यो.
All of the village land rights forums report to a district land rights forums, who then report to a national land rights forum. In this case, we've been interviewing people in the Lalitpur district. I'm going to interview Subhadra Bajagain, who is chairperson of the Lalitpur district land rights forum. Namaste. Namaste. How long have you been the chairperson for the district land rights forum?
3-4 महिना भयो भर्खर.
And what have you achieved, and what do you hope to achieve as the chairperson for the district land rights forum?
मैले चाहिँ आफूले पाउन भन्दा पनि अब हाम्रो ललितपुर जिल्लाभरिका महिला दिदीबहिनीहरूले आफ्नो भूमिमा महिलाको पनि अधिकार चाहिन्छ भनेर त्यो महिलाको अधिकार सुनिश्चित गर्नको लागि चाहिँ यो भूमिको आन्दोलनमा लड्न खोजेको हो.
How did you feel, and how has it changed your life?
संयुक्त लाल पूर्जा नपाउँदा चाहिँ मलाई अब मेरो केही छैन, म खाली छु, मसँग के छ र जस्तो हुन्थ्यो. अनि अब घर परिवारमा पनि अलि त्यस्तै खालको शब्दहरू हुन्थ्यो. अनि अहिले संयुक्त लाल पूर्जा पाए पछाडि चाहिँ अहिले मलाई चाहिँ मसँग पनि केही शक्ति छ, मसँग मेरो शक्ति प्रयोग गर्न म सक्छु, म मेरो आत्मनिर्भर छु जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ.
And what is your hope for the new Constituent Assembly and the new Constitution in terms of land rights?
अब आउने संविधानमा चाहिँ महिलाहरूको हरेक कामको सानो भए पनि कामको मूल्याङ्कन होस्. त्यसको कसरी त महिलाहरूले काम त बिहानदेखि 24 घण्टा काम गरिरहेका हुन्छन्, 12-14 घण्टा त महिलाहरूले काम गरिरहेका हुन्छन्. अनि त्यसको कामको मूल्याङ्कन महिलाले पाएको छैन. हामीले घरमा खाना बनाएको भए पनि त अर्को मान्छे बाहिरी मान्छे ल्याएर राख्यौँ भने त उसलाई खाना बनाउने मान्छेलाई कुनै पारिश्रमिक नदिकन हामीले खाना आउँदैन भनेदेखि हामीले पनि त्यसको मूल्याङ्कन चाहिँ कसरी पाउँछौँ त? त्यो हाम्रो मूल्य चाहियो. अनि महिलाहरूको जमिनमा अधिकार चाहियो, त्यो संविधानमा लेखियोस्. अनि हामी महिला पुरुष चाहिँ समान होस् भन्ने चाहिँ मलाई चाहना छ.
You know, one thing that I've seen in my time at Csrc is that people, especially rural women, do become more empowered, and then they're able to pressurize the government for land reform. I know there have been a number of campaigns where people from rural areas will come to Kathmandu and then meet with politicians and such. Can you talk a little bit more about that process and I guess maybe some of the changes that you see in individuals when they do become more empowered and are able to talk with politicians?
It's a CSRC is basically focusing on three things. One is the politics of mobilizations that you said. It's why we say politics of mobilizations. Many NGOs, they facilitate the process without positions, without opinion. Right. without paper, without alternatives. But we mobilize the peoples with the issues, position, and alternative policies. This is the first point. Second point is we are basically it's generating power from ground. That means in the international experience shows that without fresh up from ground, we could not do the land reform. So that main actors of the land reform are rural people as well. The policymaker they could formulate the policy. The other peoples could support in the process. But if we see the real genuine land reform, there should be the involvement of the peoples, so that we are developing the critical mass. So we are saying that the politics of knowledge, so that it's giving the knowledge and building the alliances, different peoples. And third point is basically we are supporting to the government and political parties, policy makers in this process. So it's a going together. If we only mobilize the people, it does not help for the policy things. If only we do like it's a one way, it's a focus only the mobilizations. If the critical mass we could not bring, then there will be some problem. So we see the balance of all three things. So for this, we have the campaign in 53 districts, and then we mobilize the people's. People see the Village Land Rights Forum, District Land Rights Forum, National Land Rights Forum, as well as we are mobilizing the other actors for this movement, so that we could succeed in. And this is a kind of movement of the all peoples, not either Csrc. It's a in the case of Nepal, land is one of the major factor of employment and economic growth, and also the economic justice. So that it's not a only issue of distribution of land. It's an issue of social justice, human rights, and poverty alleviations.
And everything is done in a non-violent fashion.
Yes, we believe the non-violence more, it's actions.
Yeah, that's one of the core values
yes.
of CSRC.
Yeah.
One of the things that goes hand in hand, that goes together with land and agrarian reform is livelihoods. That's a big issue. And CSRC has a number of cooperatives, yes. Right? So what are you trying to do with the cooperatives?
We are establishing the different kinds of cooperative. If you see in Nepal, there are hundreds, thousands of the saving credit cooperatives, which only mobilize the money. But it is not focused on the agriculture things. You know that the agricultural land is converting non-agricultural sector, and the youths are migrating to the Gulf countries. So we really like the giving different kinds of cooperative which can promote the livelihood initiatives, agriculture initiatives, but not only the small cooperative like 25 people or 30 people. We like to develop the 2,000, 3,000 people's cooperative. So it's generated the power to influence the policy makers and in the local resources. So also we have we assume that cooperatives can generate, establish some rural industry in rural area, and also it will help for the employment, and it's a support to remain the youth in the village. That's the
Keep people here, yes. So there are many more issues tied in with land. It's the basis for so much in Nepal. But what is your hope for the future in terms of the land rights movement? Given that an election is coming up, what do you hope to have happen?
We are in the missions, we are not working for some process. We are really committed to people. So first our mission is to establish the strong people's organizations in Nepal, which can generate the power at all levels. It's a ground level, national level, regional levels. Also, it can show the model to the international levels. The first thing. Second thing is one of the best thing is without the non-violence actions, there is no land reform. So that we would like to develop the social movements. It's a land rights movements in Nepal from the ground. so that they could have some kinds of like the pressure from the different levels. Like I mean that we would like to generate the moral power from the ground. And third thing is it's an opinion building. It's some kinds of critical mass, and so that they could help in this process and develop the viable land reform model in Nepal. So we have hope. If we could like strengthen all three things, like critical mass, supporting mass for us, is a non-violent social movement from ground and the strong people's organizations. These three things can help to do the land reform in coming year. And we could also develop the new policy, and we could also like pressure to the politicians and the government to implement their things. And then at the end, there will be the established, recognized cooperative at the village levels, which can provide the food for all. It's a security of food, security of livelihood to all.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Jagat. We really appreciate you.
Thank you for inviting me for this. It's an important sharing event.
Thank you. Namaste. See you in 2 weeks.